Mike, welcome. What's popping, my boy?
I'm chilling, Chief. What's going on with y'all? Good evening to everybody.
Everything,
What's up,
man.
Mike?
Oh,
What up, bro?
so Mike, I was asking about. I don't know if you were listening. Like I said, okay. So what about Trick and Mike? What y'all think about his intentions when he come up? Sis was the only one that was able to comment. She just mentioned that you separated yourself from the Black Americans. So sis, you say that like nullified his points, or he just made that differentiator to make a statement? Like, what did you actually mean by that?
Oh, now you're making me trying to recall how we started.
Yes, isn't it?
I can't remember. He just were you just asking us about the men? That's just what I thought. He doesn't even align with you all. So I guess until it's beneficial. I don't know. So how can you separate? I don't know what category that is. Black, Nigeria. It's usually black, Hispanic, Caucasian, white. I don't know what category. I don't ever see Nigerian or Liberian on a checkoff sheet. So I was just saying. I don't think he's that genuine when it comes to what he represents for Black culture.
Okay. And then Mike, so on top of that, Love said that the overwhelming majority of men come up here to get their shit off that they want to say to their wives. Now, question, comment, or smoke?
Shit, I got smoked now. After you done ran that back.
Yeah, I just want to make sure you have full context.
Yeah, I don't see. There's nothing different with what I do versus what the women on the panel do or did this whole conversation. You describe yourselves as Black women. Y'all separated yourself every chance you get. Okay, tribalism is natural. You say Black women, Black women, Black women, as if we are not all Black people. So you did the same shit I did. What are you talking about? All right, every chance we get a moment to cheer on our tribe. And then we go back to the collective of Black people. If I'm a chief for the Nigerians, if DJ Hamp is a chief for New York niggas, if you're a chief for New York women, you're gonna rep your tribe, then come back as a collective. We all do that shit. The only reason I feel like people do it to Nigerians now is because there's an educational advantage and it looks like we're popping right now. So it just lets me know that every time people mention that, they actually feel threatened and find my opinion and education level valid.
No, that would be wrong. You all bring it up. You guys put it out. You all separate. And I don't know. Why'd you say why would he champion New York niggas? Why'd you say that?
Because that's how New York niggas describe themselves.
No, that's really how you view. That's really how
Wrong.
you all view.
Okay. Have you ever described yourself as a New York woman, or if you're from there, or where you're from? Have you?
That's not what you said. I'm just replying to what you said. I'm saying you naturally said that because that's how you all refer to Black American men. That's what I'm saying, and that's just that.
I was born here. I grew up with all Black American men. My style comes from Black American men.
All right? Oh, we know that. We know that.
I blend in perfectly with Black American men. All right. Mm-hmm. They show me love. I show them love too. So functionally, there's no difference between us.
You're just acknowledging.
Hold on. Because functionally, when the cops pull me over, they don't say, "Hey, are you Nigerian?" Because I only give tickets to Black American niggas. They don't do that. So our experience is the same, no matter what anybody says.
And that's false, and you know it, and you use it to your advantage.
Explain it to me. So the cops pull me over, and they don't treat me the same because I'm Nigerian. That's what you're saying?
I can't say that. I can't.
So
say
what
that.
About my experience?
I won't say that. I will never say that. Here in America, you know what cards you play, so don't act like you don't. That's all I'm
you're the one
today.
who said it. Now you said it. You said that's not true. So when a cop pulls me over, how am I going to use me being Nigerian to get me out of that jam?
I think they still would treat you different, just like they treat you different in the rest of America. That's what I'm saying.
Oh boy, you know the whole chat just heard you, Cap, right? You can't just say I'm can't.
I'm just saying I wouldn't agree with you. Are you mad because I don't agree with you? What are you saying?
No, I'm just like that's Cap. The experience.
I don't know that's Cap. I'm sorry, I just don't.
It's all right. The whole world just Just watch me make a good point again. But
I mean, what you doing? Leaning on the chat to support you? What are you doing? You're a grown man.
I'm a YouTuber. Everybody leans on the chat to support you.
Well, I'm not referring to the chat. I'm looking at you. I'm talking directly to you.
Well, I'm sorry. This is a spectator sport. All right.
Okay. With that said, they're watching. That has nothing to do with anything, Mike. He up next.
Of course.
Mike's got a minute.
No, it's all good, bro. You bring somebody else up.
I'm gonna bring the whole panel up, Mike, too. So don't lose your spot. Don't have to be kicking people out and shit.
I got you.
All right. Red Dragon was popping. You on mic, my guy?
My bad about the mute. What's up, y'all?
What's up, my brother? You been listening? You been here from the jump?
Yeah, shout outs to Trigger, Hink, and Tommy in the back. Shout outs to the sisters on the panel, especially Sis.
So, Red Dragon, what's pop? Hey, do me a favor. So, Red Dragon, I'm gonna condense the time down. I think the 5 minutes went okay. I'm gonna do 4 minutes.
You can get me out of here in a minute to speed up the process if you want.
Well, I do want to hear what you got to say for me. I just got the fellas in the chat, Mr. Britt, Rock, Marcus. Keep the time for me, Tatum. So Red Dragon got 4 minutes. Go ahead, Red Dragon. What you got? Question, comment, or smoke, my guy?
Comment. So I came in a little late, but I did get a chance to see the little exchange from the old video. And in my opinion, I was watching everybody's facial expression while Tommy was talking. That's what I do every time I watch a panel. I look at the panelists.
Okay.
And see how they're reacting to what's being said. And the sisters were making faces, and that's not for no reason at all. It is what it is. You know what I mean? They were bothered by what he was saying. And then they went to cutting him off. And every guy knows we hate that when y'all do that. You know what I mean? Especially when they're trying to make a point, because not only are you going to miss the context of what he's like, if you interrupt someone, right, you're not going to get the full context of what they're saying, and you might really miss something and realize that you weren't angry at what they said. If you hear it out, you might not be angry at what they said. And everyone knows he's a little silly and comedic. You know what I mean? He's the best on YouTube at that. Everybody knows that. It's no secret. So it's not like it was something new going on. He goes on rants like that. We can't hear you, gentle. You're muted.
I was giving you respect. I say on mute on purpose, but I was saying I never heard of him before. And that's my first time ever seeing him was last week.
Oh, really?
I did not know he behaved that way and that was his shtick. I didn't know that. Nevertheless, it was still vulgar and crude.
It is, but underneath all of that, there's logic like that. There's logic that this man possesses that's unmatched on YouTube still to this day. His delivery is a bit abrasive, but he gets to the point, and there's logic. And when it ruffles people's feathers the wrong way, there's this fancy way you can take this sorcerous English and put a whole bunch of fancy words together and throw them at him a million different ways and make it seem like he's something he's not. I think the man gets treated unfairly. Now, he should be checked about some of the things he does, but he has had unfair treatment from the sisters on YouTube for going on a decade now. And it almost brings tears to my eyes to see how many of these sisters are gaslit by it, because in essence, when you respond in a certain way, it's like a dry snitch. I'm an old man, even though I don't look like one. So I'm wise and I understand what I see when I see it. And when women are responding in a certain way to some of the things he say, they're basically saying to the world that this is me he's talking about. I don't care what anybody said. Of course, people are going to deny that, but it is what it is. That is true.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yes.
Who is he talking to?
What do you mean by that?
Who is he referencing? Who is he thinking about when he was giving his spiel about what he was saying? Who is he talking to?
In that particular situation, it would be easy for a first-time listener to assume that he was generalizing, but I've been watching him his entire career, and he gave video evidence of what he talked about before he went. That was his thing when he started, to show receipts and then say A, B, and C. and people would get upset with him about the A, B, and C that he said, but completely ignore the receipts that he's showing, which was a colossal problem in our community going on half a century now. And I witnessed it all with my own eyes. I was at ground zero in the middle of it my whole life, and it's all true. I hate it. I hate it. He's the first man ever.
Like 5 seconds.
I'm just trying to figure out what
the condition of some of the sisters in our community and the madness and the level that it is comparable to everyone else in the world.
Red Dragon, real quick, we don't say some on this show, so is it the majority or minority of sisters that are in that conundrum that Tommy has painted for 10 years?
I'm here to tell the brothers that it's not the majority, but it feels like the majority because of how hard it hits us, even though it is the minority. It just feels like it. Those are the ones that are the most visible, so that's what you see the most. The conservative sisters are tucked somewhere. They're behind desks and in front of sinks and stuff, you know what I mean, in other places, in their cars or whatever, anywhere. But I don't think it's the majority, dog. I think it's a minority, but the minority is the ones that are most obvious and out there and in the open and noticeable.
No doubt. And Red Dragon, staying about, I'm gonna bring the whole panel up. I'm just letting the guys get their shit off for 3-4 minutes, and then I'm gonna bring Tommy up.
Gotcha.
And then I'm gonna bring the panel up. All right. Appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
Let me read these super chat. Misogynist was popping real quick. Let me read this super chat. I gotta catch up. Hank Deasy with the $2 says, calling AM in a dick rider was wild.
I'm broke, baby. I ain't got no money. Bullshit. I see you shining, nigga. I can smell a motherfucker with money. Even Ray Charles can see you got money. Shit like that.
Mike is with the 50 balls, and I'm already loving this show. Get your popcorn and sodas ready, ladies and
shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Appreciate it. Walk the Talk was a member for a month. Imagine men having a panel asking why women aren't being approached. Imagine men having a panel asking why they aren't being approached, only to get offended when people give the truthful answers. Lauren with the $10 said, I told your old fart butt to stay hydrated. Old people never listen. God damn. Get some and Aquaphor lip balm ASAP, Mrs. Hamp. Shot of cognac after. Let's go.
Shit like that. Shit like that.
What the hell
you
was
doing?
doing? Shit like that. God damn. Yeah, she had on them big ass sleep clothes. I'm like, G Firm with the $5 says, sis is being hypocritical. She calls non-black Americans lowercase b's when it comes to being black. As Abe with the $5 says, Mike, you said it. You brought it up to differentiate from African American black men. Stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
Mrs. Wilcox with the $5 says, Hamp, have one on me. I got you, man. Real quick, you feel me?
Parties.
My bad. John.
I'm broke, baby.
You know
I ain't got no money. Bull.
Shit like that. John with the 20 ball says, sis be talking like she in the hair salon.
Wow.
Damn. Just like talking a bunch of nonsense. No valid points. It's like an episode of Love and Hip Hop Talk. Why nobody call her out? Also with the $5 says, I've been profiled, pressed out, arrested in the same as my fellow U.S. born black men. Only thing to ever save me was my conduct. Nigerian American. Saxophone says, great show. Thank you. As Ava the file says, he said black women lips around his dick. Would it be okay to talk to your daughter like that? Men in the chat. Carl Smith with the 20.
Shit like that.
It's clear that we don't understand the words we use are harmful.
Shit like that. Shit like that.
Trigger
Shit
Mike
like
talked
that.
about that
Shit
the
like
other
that.
day
Shit
too.
like that.
Drabino, what up, boy? With the $5. He says, these are the same women watch Kevin Hart stand-up comedy, but have a problem with Tommy's ways of talk.
That's my point.
Misogynist was popping. Everybody in the chat, start the clock for misogynist. What up, though? Question, comment, or smoke?
Smoke. Always
No.
smoke. Always smoke. So I believe that, black women on here are being very disingenuous and being very hypocritical. The dude that just popped up with the super chat, he actually took my point. How many female comedians? Well, pretty much all of them talk about like some more Monique and a few others. All the main topic of their stand up is pretty much talking about dick and pussy. You know what I'm saying? And you don't even bat an eyelash at that. I'm pretty sure some of y'all listen to Sexy Red, Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B. Y'all don't bat an eyelash at that.
Never.
Right?
I don't listen to that.
Okay, well, a majority of black women do, right? So for the most part, I think that what y'all do is y'all have an apparent impulse to discredit the legitimacy of black male speech and expression. You know what I'm saying? Because what's going on is that it fits your narrative. See, the problem is that I have is that y'all get mad at the motherfuckers who hold up the mirror instead of looking at the mirror at yourself. You can't stand the reflection of what you see in that mirror, so you get mad at the person who's holding it up to your face. You should be mad at yourself because this is the position that y'all don't put not only yourselves but the rest of the black community in. And I'm gonna reference video games for a second. GTA, Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out. Rockstar has nobody on their in their production development team that is black, right? But they have the pilots for it has shown black women twerking, overweight, wearing weaves and long raptor claw nails, right? They did that because it's art imitating life. When Grand Theft Auto 3, when Grand Theft Auto 3 came out, and I believe it came out in 2001. My 12-year-old brother was playing it, and I asked him, why do they have black men portrayed as drug dealers with gold teeth, long chains, and being in gangs, right? And he said, well, sorry to say, but that's just how we are. He's fucking 12. He was 12 years old when he said that. Fast forward to now, black women have basically put themselves out there to be castigized like that. But I have a problem with men saying it. I've never understood that. And then if we have a point of contention, like Ro, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but you implied that I was gay twice. Probably more. I just didn't catch it. But you implied that I was gay just because I had a point of contention with how black women act.
I didn't imply it, but as Hemp educated.
So you was directed. So it was directed towards me.
I'm gonna finish. I did not imply it. I asked a question because your hatred for women is so apparent that I asked.
That I like men? So that means that I like men. Man, I like men because I want to have sex with a man because I'm speaking out against black women.
Well, you already shared with us what like your underlying issue is and what it stemmed from and why
that doesn't answer my question.
Can I answer the question? Can I answer the question?
You want us to start acting like you, or you just you want to have a conversation?
No, because y'all pissing me off with that. Y'all always trying to deflect it, throw off the Mayweather shoulder roll. I'm asking a direct question. Why does Tommy have to be gay? Why does Myron have to be gay? Why does Kevin Samuels got to be gay? Why do I have to be gay?
We didn't call you.
I'm just saying though. That's y'all go to insult.
Nope. What's y'all go to insult? Fat.
We don't have any. We only pointing out what we see. You can't prove that I'm gay, but I can prove that Ro is obese.
Listen, I'm gonna answer this question. I did not say that you were gay. Hemp educated me on the fact that I asked the question that I said, I didn't say you were gay. What I said was, if you hate women so much, why are you not with a man?
Why the fuck would you say that shit to me?
Let me answer the question. I asked the question, and Hemp educated me to let me know that if I ask that question, it may be interpreted as if I am saying that you are gay. So I asked the question because your hatred for black women is so apparent that it seeps out of everything that you say. So I can give Tommy a little bit of room to say he was cracking jokes, he was being animated. You, on the other hand, have a vitriol for Black women. And you admitted to it when we were debating.
Listen. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get off.
Talk, okay? Now y'all don't want us attacking them, but I want to be clear. You admitted that you have a hatred for us because of what you've been through, and I said after that, I'm no longer going to engage you because there is something that is triggering you. And I left it there.
It's very triggering. It's very triggering. You know what I'm saying? A lot of men don't show that, but if another man called me gay, you know what I'm saying, you will know where that would end up. Right, you know what I'm saying? But you feel okay, go.
I'm gonna open it at the end. Just keep your slot in the back, because you know niggas hitting that link like a motherfucker.
All right, yo. I'm out.
All right. Well, I'm saying stay in the back when I open up the whole panel, I'm saying. Yo, Hank DZ, what up? Welcome, you on mute.
What up, Hank?
Top of the evening. How y'all doing?
What's up? Y'all start the clock to Hank, man, and then Tommy is up next.
Don't be long at all. I just want to ask you ladies a question. What did y'all learn from that conversation from last week? Did y'all adjust and fix your attitudes in any type of way? Is it because it was the approach conversation? Are you becoming more approachable now? What did you learn from all of that conversation? Even from the Tommy part, but before that, because it was like 4 hours before Tommy even hit the stage. So what did you learn from that conversation?
So I'll be honest with you. I learned nothing from Tommy at all. However, like you said, there was a conversation before that. I never believed that I was unapproachable, and I still don't believe that I am. What I've learned is that how men view us as women. But as far as did I change anything about myself since last week? No, I didn't, because I do get approached, and I don't think I'm unapproachable. I think I'm very respectful when a man approaches me. Absolutely respectful. So I didn't take anything what was said to me and applied it, but I'm sorry, I was reading super chat. I'm sorry. But I did hear what they had to say. And it's always interesting to me to hear how a man speaks and what his thoughts are.
Rose says, Tay, did you guys learn anything or take anything away from the conversation?
I learned that, again, there are some that will come on here to sow dissension, entertainment, and as Hamp said last week, I guess there's a balance, and that's what I learned. I learned that that's just it.
You didn't learn anything personally that you would change in yourself?
I didn't, because it was so blocked from the conversation got so into calling names and being so, I guess, erratic and bombastic that the conversation was left once he came on. When I look at it now, there are some pieces in there where if he said it differently, maybe I would have gotten something, but I don't believe that that was received because of the contention and the bombasticness of what was being the entertainment part of it was so much more than the information that we should have gotten from it.
So what about the hours leading up to?
Well, I left.
Okay.
Well, Hank, what are you saying? Like when Eric was suggesting,
I just want to know if you learned anything.
We lead. No. We've heard this rhetoric over and over again. So honestly, no.
Yeah, no, I have no tangible takeaways either. But I will say it just furthered the conversation about like what we don't like about each other, which wasn't helpful at all for me.
So would you say that in your not learning of anything that you become more approachable, or is it just the same?
But see, that was an assumption, Hank. Like, I mean, it was just, I guess, a question, but we're getting approached, but maybe it's not the level of man we used to get approached by. You know, where according to the society, we've hit the wall. You know, have a child, some of us, or are a little heavier these days. So it's just a different type of man. Like I could be in Walmart and a man still walk up to me. I could be wearing whatever. I could be at work. I could be walking to the car. It still happens. It's just he looks more like you. You know, he looks more like you. I mean, I think you're an older gentleman, and or it's a married man, like Tay said, or it's just different, or it's a heavier man. So it's just a different man. That's my point.
So would you say that it's okay? My question would be: is it comparable to what you want in your life at the time to look like what's approaching you, or is it like I'm going to continue to wait until the specific type of person approach me, and I'm gonna adjust myself to until I get to that point?
I think it's a good idea to make some adjustments and changes, you know, but you just got to feel up to it. You got to be motivated by something. You have to either want it for yourself, or it has to be an external something going on, you know. So of course, we think about a lot of things all the time about what we can change, but we all know dieting is the hardest thing you can probably try to do for most Americans, because most are obese, right? And then we can't do nothing about age. That's it. And we can't do nothing about the children we've had. So what do you do?
Other ladies, any elaboration on that? Okay, that's it. I'm good, bro. I just want to know if it was a lesson learned. I guess it wasn't a lesson learned. It was a wasted conversation.
I don't mind the question. I like the question, actually.
It was a wasted conversation.
Well, I think we appreciate your first of all, thank you for the question, number one. But my answer hasn't changed. I didn't learn a thing last week. Nothing at all.
All right. So Hank Deezy, I'm gonna put you in the back. If you want to stay for the panel, by all means.
Okay.
I'm about to bring Tommy up, all right?
All right, no problem.
No doubt. Appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's get the likes up, man. Let's get the likes up. We got 480 people, 300 likes. I feel like we need to get to 350. That's the least we could do, right? Am I asking too much? Am I asking too much?
Not at all.